Hell yeah. One of my favorite rock lyrics of all time. I know, I don't own the rights. I don't own the rights. I don't own the rights to this fucking music, but Bruce don't care if I play it. You know why I don't? You know why I know that? Because he didn't have no cell phone strict policies at the show that I'm fucking at the other night. So YouTube, if I'm not worried about it, Bruce and the boys ain't worried about it, don't worry about it, YouTube. We'll be fine. Move on with your life. Jesus. So how are we doing, everybody? Alrighty. Alrighty. So, yes, Friday night, T-Mobile Arena. It was March 22nd, 2024. I was at the T-Mobile Arena here in Vegas to see Bruce and the E Street Band. And I know some of you you're already thinking about Bruce's political shit. We're not doing that here. I've already talked about this a bunch. We're not going to get political about it. I know, but we're not going to get political about it. We're just not going to do it here. I didn't go there because of the way I feel about his politics, because I don't try to blend that in with the music that I listen to. I go there to rock. So I'm not going to, we're not going to do that here. And it was a great show. They played for 2 hours and 45 minutes, pretty much straight on through. There was no intermission, just played on through. They made like a slight pause, and I'm saying really slight pause, where it was like so quick, you didn't even know it was a pause. So, yes, it was a great show. It's the first time that Bruce Springsteen has been in town here in Vegas to do a show since 2002. You know my ass had to be there for it. So, political shit aside, I'll try to do the theme song kind of like a Bruce Springsteen. We still got rockin' hold on, let me do that again. Let me start over. We still got rockin' more do, bitch. I fucked that up all over. I can't do a Bruce and try to sing my theme song. We still got more rockin' to do, bitch. Ah, fuck you. Okay, that's fucking retarded sometimes. Anyway, hanging out with fucking this guy will make you fucking retarded, right? Magic Lamp? Yeah. Anyway, alrighty, yeah. So we've done the theme song. It's like season 2, I think episode 46. Overall, which is like 21 for this season, I think. I should have wrote that shit down. Sometimes I forget about those details because I'm so worried about the show details. So, fucking forgive me. It'll be in the fucking title and the show when you go to look at it. So, but we had another Karen sighting, another fucking cunt Karen. This time not in the venue, outside in the line, getting into the show though. Which I might as well go ahead and explain that right now before I get into the rest of shit. So, all the lines to get in were really long, okay? Really long. But you bite that bullet and you fucking go to the back of the line if you're not there already. If you're not already in the line and the line's already there, you don't get to cut in front of people. Well, guess what? This liberal arts looking bitch with the really short fucking haircut, bleach blonde, oversized glasses, and too much makeup on her face. And her fish-eating fucking friend cuts in front of me and these other, like I was talking to 2 older ladies that were behind me. We were talking about music and shit while we're proceeding up in the line. It's a long line. Might as well be cool with some people while you're there. And so, we got cunt Karen and her fish-eating friend cutting right in front of me, and the other 2 ladies, and one of the ladies is like, hey, they just cut right there. And I looked at the lady and I was like, well, obviously it's because she's a cunt. Yeah, I said it just like that. And the liberal arts bitch heard me. She heard me. And she said, excuse me, did you just call me a cunt? I said, well, yes, I did. And and she paused and stood there as we all proceeded to walk past her now. She was in shock that I called her a cunt. And she was like, how rude. All I did was turn around and say, yes, it's rude to cut. And then I proceeded to walk forward again to the outdoor smoking section after I went through security there. Went to the outdoor smoking section before I went to my seat to burn a nice fucking fatty. Whole gram's worth. And I laughed about that cunt shit the whole night. I even told other people around me, I was like, there's a cunt out there trying to be a total Karen. Yeah, we talked about her for a while. Fuck her. So yeah, that's how the show started. It was already exciting. And some of the shit I'm going through right now in my personal life, on a scale of like 0 to 10 and how many fucks I give right now, I'm at like a -7 fucks given. Which some of you who really know me knows that I'm pretty capable of pretty much saying anything. I mean, whether it's right or wrong. For those who know me really well, especially when I'm at mode -7 fucks given, you don't know what I'm gonna say and to who I'm gonna say it. I'm fucking fearless when it comes to that shit. Some people may say, well, that's pretty fucking stupid. Yeah, but I'm still here. So fuck you. I ain't like that. But fuck that Karen, okay? I didn't cut in line. I went to the back. She doesn't have no fucking right. Fuck her, okay? All you Karens out there that want to come to concerts and be shitty behavior of yours, stay home. Because one of these days, I'm going to find a big, burly lesbian bitch with the flannel coat and the fucking short haircut. I'm going to give her $50 to come whip your fucking ass. Because I got that kind of money to burn. I'll do it. Just to fucking do it. So Karens, stop. Stop being Karens. Come to the concert looking for a good time. Don't cut in the line. Don't tell people in front of you to sit down when they're jamming. And we'll all get along and we'll all be really fucking happy. Okay? But dudes, you ladies, you gotta stop. You're making concerts shitty again. I'm gonna get a hat that says that. Karens make concerts shitty again. I got money to burn to do that shit. I'll print up a fucking hat. I'll print up a shirt too, just to go with the hat. I'm tired of it. You want to come to the concerts, have a good time? Fucking awesome. You're gonna be Karen cunt? Gotta go. Can't do it. Can't play with it. Can't win with it. Can't coach it. Can't do it. Can't do it. They're worthless. You got stinky beavers, shitty attitudes, probably no money. You're shitty. Stay home. All right, now let's get into the review. All right. There's a lot of people between Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. There's a lot of people. So I picked out 5 that we're going to talk about. Bruce Springsteen, of course, on the top of the list. He started this thing in May of 1972. There was a time when he did release the E Street Band from their duties, which he said that was the hardest thing he's ever had to do in his life, was to fire his band that he loved so much. But his music was taking a different direction in the late 80s, early 90s. And he felt he didn't have to need the E Street Band anymore, which I'm sure he looks back on that and says, you know what? If I had to do it all over again, I'd say, fuck it. I'm going to keep my band and we'll figure it out. But you can't go back and do things over again. You just try to make the best of the situation, which is what he did. But he's got the band back. And they didn't actually call themselves the E Street Band until September of 74. So it took a while before they kind of, it was just Bruce Springsteen, and then they adapted the E Street Band part of it. Which brings me to, there used to be a gentleman by the name of Clarence Clemens that played a long time with the E Street Band on saxophone. Phenomenal musician. And he passed away in 2000, shoot, my bad. I think it was 2000. Shit, my bad. I want to say 2006, 2008. I should have fucking, I'm dumb sometimes, you know me. But his nephew, Jake Clemens, is the guy who took over for him since 2012. So that's pretty cool that at least, you know, hey, I don't have Clarence, but I got the next best thing, his nephew. And his nephew can play that fucking sax. Very good musician as well in his own right. So very cool. Now we're also going to do Steven Van Zandt. He's a guitarist from Bruce Springsteen. He was always the guy in the videos that wore like the headband. Right? Play guitar, glory days. And, he'd be up there with Bruce, singing together in the mic. They'd be double teaming that microphone. And he has nicknames like Little Stevie, Miami Steve. But the reason why I'm wearing the Soprano shirt today is because, I want to say the company, I almost said the company name that fucked up my order. But that company, a lot of us use to order shit to deliver it right to our house. They fuck shit up for me. And they delivered me a small Springsteen shirt. I'm 6 foot, 220 pounds. Opposite of small. So, extra large is what I needed. I'm pretty sure I ordered extra large. I'm pretty good about checking that shit. So, I'm going to say they fucked it up. And so I'm wearing the Soprano shirt because Steven Van Zandt was Tony Soprano's right-hand man, Silvio Dante, in the awesome show, my favorite show of all time, The Sopranos. It was kind of cool to see Steven Van Zandt on stage. I had seats behind the stage. I didn't know that some artists like to have those seats sold behind the stage as well. And behind the stage wasn't as full. And even out in the crowd, I don't think it was a packed house. I seen some empty seats even from my seat behind the stage. I could still see over stuff. And and I still seen some empty seats. I'd probably say there's probably about 15 to 17,000 people there. And I could be wrong. That's just a guesstimate. But definitely not packed like Tool. Just saying. And but the back part, they'd turn around and look at the people in the back seats behind the stage. So you still got to see them. It wasn't like there was just a big wall there. We got to see them on stage. They kind of had it all open, so it was cool. I actually liked when I was sitting. It was really good. Wasn't even really sitting. I was kind of in a standing area. At T-Mobile, they had this area called the Allegiant Flight Deck. I know it's not at Allegiant Stadium, it's at T-Mobile, but they call it the Allegiant Flight Deck. This particular area I was standing up against, and they have this ledge, so you can put your drinks on, you can kind of lean up against it and stuff. So you're not just standing there the whole time like this, I can kind of lean up against something. I had my drinks there, I didn't have to hold on my water all the time, because I'm just a water soda guy, so had a couple waters. It was cool. I had a good time, especially with all the stuff going on in my personal life. Father passing away and the other stuff I got going on coming up here pretty soon. It's just, needed something to kind of take my mind off things for a little bit. On drums, we have Max Weinberg. Pretty much if anybody's a Conan fan, if you've been like a Conan fan since since he's been in late night TV since the 90s, he's had Max Weinberg, or like the Max Weinberg 7 band, play and be drummer for him and many of his stuff, in which he was originally the drummer for Bruce Springsteen. But of course, when Bruce let the E Street Band go, he did some other stuff, which is work for Conan. Conan O'Brien, yes, that Conan. I said Conan, the tall red-haired guy that does all the late night funny shows that people like. I don't watch that shit, but I know a lot of people do, so you got Max Weinberg. Very good drummer. Bruce is smart. You know what I mean? Whether he has to replace somebody or whether it's a long-term member in the band, his musicians are tight. Even if it's just for the ladies that are in the background singing background vocals and stuff, they know what they're doing. They can sing their asses off. It's beautiful. It's awesome. I love it. And then the last person I want to mention is Roy Bittan. He is his piano and organist since 1974, which is before I was born, so that's been a long time now. And his nickname is The Professor. And when you have the nickname The Professor and you play keyboards and organs and piano type stuff, you know you're badass. Because you just don't get the Professor nickname handed to you just because you're shit. No, you are the shit if you're getting called The Professor. So, all right. Now let's get into the songs. We got a long set list here. Like I said, him and his band played for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Hell of a show. No opener. Didn't need one. When you're going to play for 2 hours and 45 minutes, yeah, not the opener. You don't need one. First song out, tour debut, in fact, of this song, Roll the Dice. First time they played it live since 2017. Into Lonesome Day. Third song in is one of my favorite Bruce Springsteen tunes called Prove It All Night. I don't care where I'm at, what I'm doing. I always kind of pause when that song is on. I'll be honest. I don't care what anybody tries to tell me. You can hate me for it if you want. Don't give a shit. It's almost like it's not as good as Panama, but it's up there for me. So I like, but I've already talked about Panama. I don't care what I'm doing. I'll be in the middle of banging beaver. If I hear Panama, I'm at least gonna stop and fucking get into the guitar solo, and shit like that, Anyway, back to this. Song number 4, No Surrender. Ghost. Letter to You, which is not one of the, I don't think it was like a huge commercial Bruce Springsteen tune. That was like a huge, I don't know if it was released. I wasn't really born then, or I was very young when that was out. So, yeah, I would have been young. I think I was born, just not old yet. And, it's a good Springsteen song. The Promised Land. And then an old goodie right here, Spirit in the Night. A lot of people singing along with that. And then the next song is called Don't Play That Song, in parentheses, You Lied. That was a Benny E. King cover. And then another cover tune right after that called Night Shift by Commodores. That was a good tune. Also, they do a song next called Mary's Place, which had a really good jam in there. Like I said, man, I don't know if a lot of you remember a lot of Springsteen stuff, if you're even huge fans. I wouldn't even consider myself a huge fan. I would just say I'm a fan of Springsteen. I like him a lot, but he's not up in my like top, say, 5, bands, but he's still phenomenal on stage. The band is tight, and it was awesome. And then they had a couple songs. The next 2 songs are tour debut songs. Hungry Heart, which for those of you who watched MTV back in the 80s when they actually played videos, they used to play the fuck out of Hungry Heart. And as a kid, I didn't really like the song. Hearing it live, I kind of got into it a little bit, It was cool, but that wasn't one of my favorite Springsteen tunes coming up. And then Racing in the Street, another one. And then they do Last Man Standing. He does an acoustic version with Barry Danielian on the trumpet, which I guess that's another shout out to an E Street Band member, but they made it a big deal in listing the set list, so I figured I'd at least mention it here. And then he does the song Backstreets, another powerful Bruce Springsteen tune. And then he does a cover song, the Patti Smith cover, Because the Night. So a lot of you, because the night belongs to fuckers. I mean, I made that part up. Anyway, and then they do She's the One. Song number 17, which was I don't even remember that tune a whole lot. Just listening to Springsteen throughout my years, but I liked it a lot the other night when I was jamming too. I remember I was like, this is cool, and the rhythm of the drums, and it was cool. I was getting into it. Then do a song called Wrecking Ball, The Rising, and then they're gonna finish up this first set with Badlands and Thunder Road, which are powerful Bruce Springsteen songs. And then on the set list, they say it's an encore from here on out. But they really didn't mean it was like literally like 10 seconds. And they were like, so it wasn't even like they left. Like usually encore, they'll go off the stage and at least wait at least a minute because they want to hear that crowd uproar and stuff, And they didn't, like I said, it was literally like seconds. And they were back out there playing the Elvis cover that they haven't played since 2002 when they were last in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. They had to play something Vegas-like in Vegas. Like I said, it's been 22 years since he's been here to play, and he brought it. So, and then the next song is a song that came in on one of my favorite rock lyrics, The Highways Jammed with Broken Heroes on a Last Chance Power Drive. I really don't even know what the fuck that means, but it's just really cool to say, and really cool when you're hearing Born to Run. and then they play that song. They do like a small build up to the song with like a slight pause right before they, and then they play that, you know, the lyrics and stuff. And then they're going to get right into Rosalita, Come Out Tonight, which is, I've always liked that song ever since I was a little kid. So I was happy they played that. Another song that I loved as a little kid was Glory Days. I used to watch MTV as a little kid. I stopped watching Saturday morning cartoons to watch MTV videos once I hit like 6 or 7 years old, once we got cable. We had that little box on top of the TV, channel 14, MTV. And that's what I started doing on Saturday mornings, you know, Monday through Friday. Of course, we had school for most of the year, you know. And but Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings especially come around. And Saturday morning, fucking watching fucking music videos, and you know they're gonna play Glory Days sometime along the set list there. And then they always played this one too because they had that Courtney Cox girl in the crowd dancing in the dark. I'll be honest. I mean, I can tolerate the song more nowadays, and I wasn't a huge fan of it back then. And when I was a young kid, I wasn't even sure if that person in the crowd was a boy or a girl. I mean, let's admit, she's a lot more beautiful when she had the long hair. Now I know, so I'm like, that's Courtney Cox, definitely a woman. But when you're a little kid, at first you're like, I don't know. Grow that hair out, Courtney. God damn it. Anyway, they're going to go ahead and finish up the show. Well, kind of. We're going to finish up with the E Street Band part. Song 27. Old classic Bruce Springsteen, 10th Avenue Freeze Out. And that was a good tune. I've always liked that tune as well. And then he kind of tells the band, you know, goodbye, has the band line up, tells his bandmates goodbye, I'll see you backstage. And then he comes back out to play a song, just him and his acoustic guitar, called I'll See You in My Dreams. And with all the stuff that I got going on, especially with the father passing a few weeks ago and stuff, it was a pretty good, hard-hitting song right there as far as the lyrics really meant a lot. And I thought the show was done. And then he comes back out that acoustic. I started walking down the stairs. I thought it was done. I walked back up the stairs to finish watching it from the spot I was at. And I was super glad I did. So it was an awesome show. I was going to make a wish list for this. But if you get deep into the albums, I'd be here for like another 10 minutes listing songs, or at least another few minutes, because there's a bunch of, when you really get into the nitty gritty of all the albums that he's made through the 50 years plus, I could probably get quite a list. So we're not going to do that for this one. So, and no, he didn't play Born in the USA, fuckers, so just deal with it. I mean, that was an alright song. When you're a little kid, you like it. Born in the USA, yeah, you know, and all that shit. But then when you really listen to the lyrics of that song, you're like, God damn. He's really happy to be here. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up, man. Next Tuesday, we'll do this all over again. I got to get ready to go to a doctor's appointment. I got some other things I got to do, get wrapped up here, so I'm going to get off. I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. And try to be good to each other as best you can. Karen cunts, if you're going to be Karen cunts coming to concerts, stay home. I'm telling you. It's not going to be good for you. You're not going to win this fight. Us rockers are hardcore with it. Us constant concert goers are always going to make sure you occasional concert goers are going to follow the rules that are written or even unwritten rules that go when it flies to concerts, or we're going to make you feel like shit. Stay home, because you're not going to come out and ruin our good time. Love you. And remember, keep on rocking. We still got a lot more rocking to do, bitch. April's busy for me with concerts. We got a lot of shit going on. So, we're going to do it again. And night-night. Keep that butthole tight. Lots of lube from a tube.